I want to say something very clearly at the beginning. If you feel anxious all the time, if you overthink everything, if your life looks fine but you don't feel okay inside, you are not broken. What you're experiencing is not a personal failure. It's a system. And once you see the system, the shame starts to fall away because you realize you've been fighting the wrong enemy. Most people think the problem is their life. They think, if I fix my situation, I'll finally feel stable. So they try hard. They improve. They optimize. They search for the right relationship, the right routine, the right plan. But the feeling doesn't leave. Because the pain isn't coming from your circumstances. It's coming from the way your mind has been trained to relate to life. Here is the training most people never notice. Your mind learned very early. Certainty equals safety. Control equals safety. Being liked equals safety. Being correct equals safety. And when those conditions are missing, the body reacts as if something is wrong, even when nothing is wrong. That's why you can be sitting at home in a normal day with no real danger and still feel restless. The mind is not responding to reality. It's responding to the absence of certainty. And the mind hates uncertainty the way the body hates suffocation. So what does it do? It starts producing noise, thoughts, plans, scenarios, warnings, replays. Not because you're weak, because the mind is trying to protect you the only way it knows how, by predicting, controlling, and preparing. This is why overthinking feels compulsive. It's not curiosity. It's an attempt to create a feeling of safety. Now here's the part that changes everything. Most people try to fix overthinking by fighting the thoughts. They say, I need to stop thinking. I need to be positive. I need better habits. I need more discipline. But that approach quietly strengthens the problem because it treats thoughts as the enemy. And it trains the mind to fear itself. So the mind begins to monitor the mind. And once that happens, you're stuck in a loop. You have a thought, you judge it, you try to control it, you fail, you feel worse, so you try harder. This is what suffering looks like for many people. Not one big tragedy, but a constant internal management project. And it's exhausting. So what actually helps? Not a new technique to control your thoughts, a new relationship to them. Because thoughts are not the problem. The problem is the belief that every thought is a message you must obey. Most thoughts are not guidance. They are noise. They are the mind doing its protective job with outdated rules. If you hear that clearly, you stop treating every thought like a command. You stop living as if the mind's anxiety is your identity. And this is where real relief begins. Not because life becomes perfect, but because you stop being dragged by the mind's emergency signals. Let me make this very practical. The next time you feel that familiar rush, the urge to check, fix, decide, respond, explain, don't ask, how do I solve this? Ask something simpler. What is my mind trying to guarantee right now? Is it trying to guarantee being liked? Is it trying to guarantee being safe? Is it trying to guarantee that you won't regret something? Is it trying to guarantee that you won't be misunderstood? When you name the guarantee, you see the mechanism. And when you see the mechanism, you get a small distance from it. That distance is freedom. Not dramatic freedom, not spiritual fireworks, just enough space to stop obeying every alarm. This is the beginning of peace. And notice what I'm not saying. I'm not saying you should never plan. I'm not saying you should stop thinking. I'm not saying you should become passive. I'm saying stop confusing mental noise with truth. Stop confusing fear with intuition. Stop confusing I feel unsafe with something is wrong. Because many times, nothing is wrong. The mind just doesn't have certainty. And it has been trained to panic without it. Once you start seeing that, you stop personalizing your suffering. You stop asking, what's wrong with me? And you start asking, what is this mechanism doing? That single shift can feel like relief, because shame thrives on the idea that you are the problem. But when you see the mechanism, you realize you were never the problem. You were living inside a pattern. Now I need to be honest about something. A short video can't fully retrain a lifetime relationship with the mind. It can point, it can open a door, but it can't walk you through the whole structure. That's why I wrote my books. Not as motivation, not as surface positivity, but as a way to show, step by step, how the mind builds suffering and how that suffering dissolves when the structure becomes visible. If what I described feels familiar to you, then you already know this isn't about fixing your life. It's about finally understanding what's been running your life from inside. And once you see it clearly, you don't need to force peace. You stop feeding what was never real. You simply step out of it